One moment, I got to turn on my thing. Hold on. I forgot. Do not disturb. Okay, I had to turn on my do not disturb, y'all. I'm sorry. I apologize because I hadn't had it on early enough. But we're going to be getting started, y'all. This is going to be a celebration. This is going to be a good live. I hope all y'all come on, get on in here, get on in here. Come on, get in my live now. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be a big deal that what's going on. The DOJ dumped some more of the Epstein files, and it ain't going in Donald Trump's favor because whoever they're paying to do their redactions suck. They got rid of the people that actually qualified to be in the DOJ, in the FBI. So this is what you get. You're a flop, Pam Bundy. Cash Patel, you're a flop. This is what you get. You have non-qualified people that you now have that are mediocre white men in your cabinet that do not know how to do the simplest things, how to redact where the American people can't unredact it. Yes. One moment while I turn my heat off because I'm a woman in menopause. One moment. Okay, I'm back. I had to turn my heat down because it's hot. It's probably 30-something degrees outside in Atlanta, but it's hot in here. Y'all, hello, Reverend Dr. JC. How you doing? Peace and blessings to you as well. Right now, the Epstein files are making Donald Trump look worse than what Pam Bundy could ever imagine. Not only is Donald Trump looking bad, Pam Bundy is looking bad as well. It's not a good look for this MAGA Republican regime. Y'all, they released more files, and the files are telling on Donald Trump. Donald Trump is out here looking bad, and there's no way they're going to be able to wiggle themselves out of it. That fat pig Donald Trump ain't going to be able to wiggle himself out of this. You ain't going to be able to do it. You won't be able to do it. It's so much going on that it is sad that this regime, that this administration is illiterate to the things they're supposed to know, that they have given the positions to them and they don't know what to do. Donald Trump fired the highly intellectual black people that was highly educated and qualified for the positions and replaced them with mediocre white men, some white females, and they are failing. This regime is failing badly. Donald Trump regime is finito, over. It's done. If you still stand by Donald Trump at this point, at this moment, it's sad. It's ridiculous. That shows you are definitely low IQ like Donald Trump. There's no other way to put it, because you have allowed Donald Trump to play in your face, lie to you daily, and he's all over the Epstein files, baby. Yes, he is. Hit that like button as you all are coming in. Hello, my beautiful kings and queens. Hello, King Allen. Hello, King Brandon. Hello, King Reverend Dr. JC. How you doing? Y'all, America's down bad because of Donald Trump. Before Donald Trump, we were number one. Now every country is laughing in the American people's faces. Yes. Ooh. I'm about to get in my Ric Flair drip bag real quick tonight. Woo! Because we got a lot to cover, y'all. Hit that like button as you're coming in, please. Hit the like button for me. Come on. I see I got 40-something people in here, but you haven't hit that like button. Stop playing in my face. I'm not Donald Trump. I'm not to be played with. Hit that like button right now. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. Yes, super chats and super stickers you can send to me. And if you'd like to become a member, you can get two different memberships: the Rubies membership and the Diamonds membership. Either one, you're gonna get the goodest and the hottest new thing, and the other people in my chat that are subscribers, they would not get. So go ahead and check it out. This is like from going from President Joe Biden, who got our country out of inflation a lot, to now be with Donald Trump, who has dragged our country to hell. And this is going on He fired some of the most qualified people and brought in nincompoops. Are you kidding me? Because Jimmy Crack Corner, I don't care. You going down, Donald Trump, real bad. Pam Bundy, you're going down, girl. I told you to save yourself, but you didn't want to listen to the great doctor. You should have saved yourself, girl. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Pam Bundy, and she's gonna stick with him. She's not gonna bail out on Donald Trump. She's gonna hang in there and take this beating. Most women are smart. Most educated women know, no, 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 no. I ain't going down with you. You're going down by yourself. But I'm starting to think, Pam Bundy, are you actually smart? Because this is not a good look, girl. It is causing you to age terribly. Have you not seen yourself in the mirror lately, Pam Bundy? Hold on, everybody. In this live, I am going to mention what's the job of the FBI and what's the job of the DOJ. What are they supposed to be doing? Because they're supposed to serve the American people, but what they're doing, they're actually serving Donald Trump. They're not serving us who pay their wages. We pay their wages. No, they serving a man that they know is a 34-count felon. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Pam Bundy don't want to be saved. But they need to bow down to Jesus Christ and get saved. That's what they need to do. But anyway, I'm going to read to y'all what's the job, what the FBI is supposed to do, and what the DOJ is supposed to do. The DOJ is over the FBI. She is the Attorney General for Donald Trump. He picked her. Just a moment. Hold on, because I'd say so many goodies for y'all that has to do with the files that was released today. Oh boy, come on, where did I save it, y'all? Because I know I saved that. Hold on, I saved so much stuff. I gotta look for what I saved. Jesus, be offense. Right now, he a vessel, because here we go. So, hold on, I saved so much stuff. Key responsibilities in investigative priorities. The FBI's mission is to achieve through investigations into a broad range of criminal national security threats. Its top priorities include counter-terrorism, preventing and investigating domestic and international terrorist attacks, counterintelligence, exposing, preventing, and investigating intelligence activities and espionage within the U.S. by foreign powers, cybercrime, combating cyber-based attacks, high technology crimes, and intrusion on the nation's critical infrastructure, public corruption, investigating corruption at all levels of federal, state, and local government, civil rights, enforcing federal civil laws, and investigating hate crimes, human trafficking, and other abuses. Organized crime, dismantling national and transnational criminal organization involved. I'm hot, y'all. I'm in menopause. Sorry. Transnational criminal organizations involved in activities like drug trafficking and human smuggling. Epstein. White collar crime, investigating complex financial crimes such as corporate fraud, money laundering, significant fraud schemes that can destroy companies and individual life savings. This is about the duties of the FBI. Hold on. Violent crime, addressing significant violent crimes, including crimes against children, kidnapping, bank robberies, and investigating several homicides and sexual assaults through programs like the Violent Criminal Apprehensive Program. Again, sexual assaults through programs like the Violent Criminal Apprehensive Program. I'm hot, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm 52 and I'm in menopause, and this is not fun. It's misery. But anyway, hold on. I got something else for you. So the U.S. Department of Justice, the DOJ, that's Pam Bundy. And Pam Bundy is over the FBI, y'all. I'm hot. Excuse me. I'm 52. I'm in menopause. My hair is making me sweat. Okay. The U.S. Department of Justice enforces federal laws, upholds the rule of law, keeps the country safe, and protects civil rights by prosecuting federal crimes, overseeing agencies like the FBI and the DEA. That's Pam Bundy's job. Ensuring fair justice administration and representing the U.S. in legal matters, acting as the government's counsel for its citizens. Acting as the government's counsel for its citizens. Pam Bundy is not doing that. She's acting as Donald Trump's government counsel for him. She's being Donald Trump's counsel. She is not paid to do that. She is paid to be the U.S. Citizens Counsel, but Pam Bundy is not doing that. So we're going to get on to the good, because we got a lot to cover. And I want to give y'all the definition of what the FBI supposed to do and what the DOJ supposed to do. I read it to you and I hope you comprehend it. One moment, please. Because new files were released today. And what is Pam Bundy doing? Protecting Donald Trump. What is Kash Patel doing? Protecting Donald Trump. What is the Donald Trump regime doing? The MAGA heads, the MAGA nut heads doing? Protecting Donald J. Trump, also known as Donna Janine Trump, when he wear his pink tutu, dancing and throwing fairy dust. All right, so we're going to take a listen to the cover up of the cover up from Christina Talks Tea. I'm going to show you different commentators that they're going to give you their view. And a lot of them are going to pretty much kind of repeat the same thing, but they give their review on what they think and how they feel. And I feel everybody's opinions, as long as stating facts in those conversations that they're given, is important. Everything I show is fair use, great for educational purpose, great for entertainment purposes, and great for research purpose. And what are we doing in my life? We're doing research. One moment, please.
Well. Now, we all know incompetence reigns supreme with this current regime. But, baby, the incompetence is starting to leach into the cover-up scheme. Yes, indeed, so many things today. Backtracking, retracting, redacting, even taking to the twatter streets to say anything you see about Orange Daddy's untrue, baby. I mean, they're trying so very hard to cover up their incompetence of the cover up. My God, this all is about to fucking erupt, and it's not going to be good for the orange one up there in White House hood, honey, because something else is on the leak today. Y'all remember when Blondie Blondie, Satan, Cindy Lou Who tried to cover up that video of the night that, well, Jeffrey was unalived mysteriously in his jail cell, and we're led to believe today that it was by his own hand? Yes, you remember that day. Boy, she come underneath the heat because people could see that some footage had been cut, baby. And of course, she took to the TV screen to try to cover up her cover up. She said that's just the way it goes. There's always a cutout. If you know, you know. About 30 seconds. There's a time lapse every night at midnight. But people did their due diligence like we like to do. More qualified than the FBI and the DOJ crew. People adapted some software and they could see that 3 fucking minutes had been cut out of there. Oh my. You don't fucking say. And then Satan Cindy Lou Who tried to show you another video, boo, that showed Jeffrey alive and well in that jail cell. Only problem is, dear, is the internet is forever. And thank God for that today. Because the video that Blondie Blondie showed all of you just so happened to come from YouTube. It was created. It is CGI by an amateur animator. It's not real at all. With all that scurrying around up there in White House town, trying to find evidence to make you look like you're not guilty, you're looking more guilty today because you're not even verifying the evidence that you're putting on display. And let's talk about the letter, the postcard from Jeffrey in those final days, honey, that he sent to Larry Nassar. Yes, that was dropped in that release from the DOJ, and it didn't look good for Orange Daddy, not in any kind of way. So, of course, they come out to say, believe nothing you see. And then in 2 hours, they claimed that they did an investigation on that said letter. And they can say with their full throat that it's fake. That's strange. We've watched y'all do a bit of an investigation, dear. Whole lot longer than 2 hours, honey. So, you mean to tell me that somehow, after having access to those files for almost a year, throwing them in our face like a carrot, pulling it back, throw it in the face, pull it back. There's nothing in there. Not real facts. There is no list. It's just a hoax. Redact, redact, retract, retract, point the finger at anyone, maybe it's someone who's black. Michael! Maybe it was him. Wait, that photo was slipped in there. Wasn't in Jeffrey's home. It was at a charity event. And those were Michael's kids. Imagine it. Oh my goodness, baby. All this shit? And yet, he's still guilty. Ain't nothing changed. Just the bending and the contorting. Driving red hats fucking insane because they're over there on the Twitter streets today with pictures of Bill saying, see, we know he's fucking guilty because he's in this picture, honey. You mean like all the pictures of your motherfucking daddy? All the times he flew on that plane even though he swore he never ever did? My. And all the money, honey. That's really what he don't want you to see. All the wire transfers between him and Jeffrey.
Recall when I told y'all about Jeffrey Epstein still has accounts that money is still going to, and it's over billions of dollars. Who's putting that money in Jeffrey Epstein's accounts? He's unalived, unless he's still alive. And she mentioned a flight log, so I'm going to show you all a flight log with Donald Trump is signed all over it. One moment, please. I'm going to go to it right now. See, Donald Trump, Pam Bunny, Cash Patel want to play in our face because they think we're not smart enough to remember things that we have seen. And they want us to believe, not to believe what you see, but to believe her, Cash Patel, and Donald Trump. Well, the flight logs will tell you differently because Donald Trump is all over the flight logs. This is just some of the signatures when Donnie signed into Jeffrey Epstein flight log. The proof is in the pudding. Donnie, you can't wiggle your fat self out of that because you're a pig. You can't wiggle yourself out of anything. You're fat. And we're never going to forget how you try to play in our face. One moment. Take a listen to this, please. Listen to this Black King.
I figured out how to unredact the Epstein files.
How?
There's many different methods.
One guy
copied one of the files and pasted it into a document, and it just unredacted itself automatically. And then another person uploaded the files to AI, and the AI started to unredact some of them. And what was inside?
Why is it that easy?
Well, when the Epstein files were released, over 132 pages were straight up covered in redactions with no words visible, showing that this was a sloppy cover-up. So it's no wonder it's so easy to undo. The professional didn't even take time to redact it properly, but that raises red flags. What's so bad in the files that you redacted entire pages, over 100 pages worth? They didn't even release all the Epstein files because there's still 300 gigabytes of data worth of them. They only released 2.5 gigs.
So then when are we going to get the full unredacted version?
Trump was supposed to release the unredacted version, but he ended up breaking the law. Also broke the law again when he only released 0.5% of the Epstein files. That's half of one. Now multiple congressmen are filing criminal charges against him.
So they violated the law by redacting everything and then violated it again by only giving us 2.5% of the files?
0.05% of the files. Trump said he has to protect everybody from
Everybody
them.
wants these released, so who's being protected?
The billionaire elite is still there.
Donald Trump is being protected and his billionaire friends that are in the Epstein files. Who's being protected? Who is Pam Bundy protecting? Her cash cow, Donald Trump. Somebody she has known for a long, long time. She knew him before she ever got in that office. She knew him even when she was in college. Did she know Donald Trump when she was a teen? Inquiring minds want to know. Because it's been said that Pam Bundy knew Donald Trump when she was a teen girl. I don't know. I'm just giving y'all the latest news and what's up in these YouTube streets and the whole entire internet. Did Pam Bundy know Donald Trump when she was a teenager? She said she only knew him when she was in college. How? Why? I know he donated money to her when she was in Florida as Attorney General. There's more going on than your mind can even imagine, Maggie, because your mind is so small. Your brain is fried from drinking and smoking rat juice, cat piss. In those hillbilly hills, y'all drink cat piss. You're just nasty. But let's continue, okay? So RAPED is what's going on with the Epstein files. Take a listen to Roman Report 1.
You see this word? You know that word, right? Well, there is a new document that has surfaced from the Trump-Epstein files. And there is a document in there in which a victim of
listen carefully.
This claims that Donald Trump did this to her. Let me read part of this document. There are redactions, of course, so we don't know the names here, but here's what the document says. Blank asked blank about his time driving a limousine for 2 years in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. During Blank's time as a driver, he had met Donald Trump. Blank noted he picked the president up in 1995 and took him to the DFW airport. Blank reported some of things President Trump had spoken. Yes, this is written very poorly, so I'm reading it as written. Blank reported some of things President Trump had spoken about during the ride while on his cell phone were very concerning. Blank reported he was, quote, a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of things he was saying, end quote, as caller chose not to. Blank noted Trump continuously stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone and made references to, quote, abusing some girl. Blank was unsure who he was talking to, nor who he was referencing. As Blank talked about his time meeting Donald Trump, Blank immediately Blank demeanor went stone cold as Blank stated, quote, he raped me. Blank stated, what? As Blank replied, Donald J. Trump had raped her, along with Jeffrey Epstein. Blank noted some girl with a funny name took me into a fancy hotel or building. That's how it happened.
Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, RAPED, a young girl. Sit with that, MAGA. But with MAGA, you're never going to get through to them because they too are pedos. A vast majority. May not be all, but some of them are pedos as well. So we may not ever get through the maggot nugget heads. But it's not my job to try to get through to them. My job is to take you to the water. But if you, the horse, don't drink, that's on your own. That's like trying to teach MAGA the correct way of the Bible as a Christian. It may never happen because they said Donald Trump is their savior. That's blasphemy. You can take the horse to the water, but you can't force the horse to drink. So I'm going to play something for you. And it says Trump impeach Trump. It's a Trump impeachment rally. Take a listen.
Because tens of thousands of voices are about to make it very simple for you. Impeach, convict, and remove. Let me hear it. Impeach, convict, Remove. I want Congress to hear it in their goddamn offices. Impeach, convict, remove. I want the White House to hear it. Impeach, convict, remove.
Impeach, convict, remove Donald Trump. That's what needs to happen. There's no way for him to wiggle out of this. He's going to try because he's just not a good person. His character is evil. I couldn't think of a better word because it is what it is. So our man in the Oval Office got 5 kids, 3 baby mamas, lives in government housing. The White House is government housing because we own it, the people. And is a convicted felon. And they call some of us ghetto. I just had to throw that in there because I'm giving you some of the characteristics of exactly who Donald Trump is. Who is Donald Trump? What is his character? He is a man that has 5 kids, 3 baby mamas, lives in government assistance. The White House is owned by us, the people, so that's government housing. And is a convicted felon who has 34 felonies. And they call us ghettos, the American people ghetto. Y'all, the ghetto. Trump is the ghetto. There's no other way to put it. MAGA, your leader is ghetto. Hood rat. Him and that wife. So what are our children, which my daughter's grown, she ain't learning nothing from Trump. But what of our small, minor children are learning from Donald Trump? And keep your minors away from him. What are they learning from Donald Trump? Let me show you what minors are learning from Donald Trump. Children learn from the people they watch and listen to. So if your child is watching and listening to Donald Trump, get them away from that TV. Get them away quick.
Why would you say something like that?
The president said it. And you said he was a good man.
Yeah, man, it's easy. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. Not even wait. And when you're a quarterback, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Hey, why do we talk about women like that?
If the president can say it, so can I. Bye, Dad.
Donald Trump is not good for this country, nor is he good for your youth, your minors, to listen to him. So whenever you listen to anything about Donald Trump, get your minors out the room, please. This man is poisoning our youth. He is ghetto and he's poisoning our youth. Pam Bundy is so much. Let me just say it like this. What I'm about to show you, let's say, Pam Bundy, thank you so much for being transparent. And y'all know I'm being sarcastic. Hold on.
Our nation's history, we are all acting at his directive, and America will be transparent again as well. I can't comment on whether we have or have not, or do not. I can't discuss that matter, as you know, Senator. I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you. There's not much more we can say about the issue. I don't want to discuss any of that publicly. You can talk to Director Patel about that. I'm not going to discuss the facts of a pending case. You're welcome to talk to the FBI. Senator, I can't discuss anything.
Well, we won't even say whether you talked to the White House about this.
I'm not going to discuss any internal conversations with the White House with you, Chair, Ranking Member.
I noticed.
In our nation's history, we are all acting at his
See, this is a
directive,
young
and
Pam
America will
Bundy.
be
Look at
transparent
young
again
Pam
as
Bundy
well.
with Donald
I can't
Trump.
comment on whether we have-
She's been under the wings of Donald Trump a long time, from being Attorney General in Florida, and Epstein ended up getting a sweetheart deal from Acosta, I think that's his name, and Pam Bundy was the Attorney General. She's been under Donald Trump's wing a long time. Pam Bundy, your hands are dirty, just like Donald Trump. So I'm going to lead you up to the water, but I can't make you drink it, MAGA. Take a look at this, MAGA.
Flight in 1993, according to the email, there was just 3 passengers: Trump, Epstein, and what's described as a 20-year-old woman.
I'm not going to say much else than this. With each new detail we learn, do you remember this Fox News interview he gave at the end of last year? Why don't we watch it again?
So, if you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these. Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Classify the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least.
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
He don't know about Epstein as much. It could destroy some people's lives. Right now, it's destroying your life, and you deserve it, Donald Trump. Because if you did anything to those young women, you deserve to go down. You will go down in history as the worst president ever. You will go down in history as a pedo president, as the first LGBTQ president. Can I get an amen? Hey, amen. Watch out now, Bubba. So, former President Clinton is demanding that every photo, statement, letter, email, or transcript that includes his name be released to the public to prove he has nothing to hide about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Now he made that statement. Donnie's scared. He's shaking in his pants. Donnie, he's calling your bluff. You want to come for Bill's neck? Bill is coming from those hair extensions that you got taped in your head in that booty do of yours and that wide grandma butt you got. So I'm going to read to y'all the statement again, what President Bill Clinton has said. Because he feel, okay, release anything about me, release all the Epstein files. And Donnie don't like that. Now, Donnie told Pam Bundy to investigate Bill Clinton. Remember that? About what, 2 weeks ago? So Pam Bundy decides she wants to do that and put everything that she can find Bill Clinton out in the files that's been released. But she did not think about Bill gonna call they bluff. And Bill ain't scared. He ain't never scared. Bill Clinton said, I'm gonna show you the side that the black people like than me. I call your bluff, Donald Trump. Release all the Epstein files. Put him out there, Bill. So this is a statement by Angela Urena, spokesman for former President Bill Clinton. And it says, watch out now, because Donnie, you going down. The Epstein Files Transparency Act imposes a clear legal duty on the U.S. Department of Justice to produce the full and complete record the public demands and deserves. However, the Department of Justice have released so far, and the manner in which it did so makes one thing clear. Someone or something is being protected. We do not know whom or what or why, but we know this. We need no such protection. He's not scared. He said he don't need protection. Accordingly, we call on Donald Trump to direct Attorney General Pam Bundy to immediately release any remaining materials referred to, mentioning, or containing a photograph of Bill Clinton. He calling you bluff, Donnie. You going down, girl, with your toot on. This includes, without limitations, any record that may exist or subject to disclosure under the Act. Public law, now it's some law things. I ain't reading all that. Including grand jury transcripts, interviews, notes, photographs, findings by the United States Attorney for the Southern District, of New York, under oath to Congress by Donald Trump's first-term Attorney General. Refusal to do so will confirm the widespread suspicion the Department of Justice's actions to date are not about transparency, but about insinuations, using selected releases to imply wrongdoing about individuals who have already been repeatedly cleared by the very same Department of Justice over many years under presidents and attorney general of both parties. Donnie, he called your bluff. Turn around and show us your pink tutu, and so we can see your pink panties with the little lace on them, because you got, Donnie has this thing about the ballroom. So any man that want a ballroom, he is the first LGBTQ president, plus LB, you know what I mean? That's Donnie. So Donnie, Bill says, bring it. And I'm down with Bill Clinton. Bring it, girl. Your tutu and all. Bring it, Donald Janine Trump. We will continue. I want you all to guess who was president when Epstein was unalive. Guess who was president when some of this batch of evidence was collected in 2019? Think about it. Who was president? Guess who was president when Epstein had Thanksgiving dinner with Trump in 2017? Who was president in 2017? MAGA brain is fried. They're not going to remember. I could go on and on because the list goes on and on. Again, who was president when Epstein was unalive? Huh? Tell me, MAGA. Who was president when Epstein was unalive? Donald Trump. Who was president when some of this batch of evidence was collected in 2019? Donald Trump. Who was president when Epstein had Thanksgiving dinner with Trump at Mar-a-Lago in 2017? Tell me, who? Who, MAGA? Donald Trump. Should I go on and on? Because Donald Trump is all up in this, not just the Epstein files. Something ain't right about Epstein being unalive, if he's actually been unalive. Something ain't right about Trump in this evidence that was collected in 2019, because your FBI, your DOJ in 2019 collected it. And to say that letter is fake, then why didn't your FBI say that in 2019? Because Donald Trump was a man in the Oval Office in 2019. And the letter was released today with this new batch of evidence that was released in the Epstein files. Stop playing in our face, Pam Bundy. Stop playing in our face, Cash Patel. You're not qualified to do the job that you're doing. You're not qualified even to play in our face. You're not qualified because we pay your wages. Trump is the enemy within, in so many dangerous ways. Again, Trump is the enemy within. Remember, he said they're going to discover the enemy within. But Donald Trump, you are the enemy within, and you are the most dangerous in this country. Take a listen to this.
In America, where over 1,000 of us have been trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, and our government still protects him over us. We're women in America, and 200,000 documents worth of evidence and photographs of the crimes of powerful men facilitated by Epstein is still not enough to get half this country to believe women. We're women in America, and the same MAGA trolls who say that liberals can't define what a woman is are currently defining 13-year-olds as women. We're women in America, and as of this month, there are no longer legal protections requiring companies to keep asbestos out of our makeup. We're women in America. We are 73% more likely to be seriously injured in a car accident because safety features are only tested on male bodies. We're women in America, and in fact, the first female crash test dummy ever was only invented a few weeks ago. We're women in America. Damned if we do, damned if we don't.
We are women in America, and Pam Bundy, you are the crash dummy. You the crash dummy for Donald Trump. Again, Nixon's attorney general went to prison because of him. Pam Bundy, you will go to prison because of Donald Trump. You're a woman, and you are the crash dummy right now. So, Tina Davis was a 14-year-old model who was told to dress sexy and went to Mar-a-Lago with her mother in 1994. Donald Trump's wife, Marla Maples, beautiful Marla Maples, she is stunning, told the 14-year-old girl's mother, whatever you do, do not let your daughter around any of these men, and especially my husband. Protect her. Marla Maples knew who she married. She knew that Donald Trump was a predator. She knew that Donald Trump had RAPED somewhat, apparently, in my opinion. She said to that young 14-year-old girl's mother, whatever you do, do not let your daughter around any of these men, especially my husband. Donald Trump was her husband in 1994. Now, we're going to delve into something else because this can kind of lead you to where we are. It's pertaining to Donald Trump. Jack Smith has alleged in multiple filings that Donald Trump sold nuclear secrets, seriously claims, demand transparency, release the unredacted Epstein files. See, Jack Smith is proof, and he has proof, that Donnie is a horrible man. He is not an honest man. He is not a man of dignity. He stole fouls when he was kicked up out of there because he did not win in 2020. No matter how much that big fat buffoon continues to lie, he was not the winner of the 2024 election. He was not. He lost. President Joe Biden won. So Jack Smith is letting us know multiple foulings that Donald Trump, he stole and sold nuclear secrets. I'm going to read this to you again. Jack Smith has alleged in multiple filings that Donald Trump sold nuclear secrets. He's not a good man. Fondling kids, RAPE'd, a grown woman. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now because I got too much going on in my head. I got to remember for this. Sears claims demand transparency. Jack Smith demands transparency as the American people are demanding transparency. And we're going to get it one way or the other. We're going to get it. This is proof the DOJ is covering for Trump. This is pure evil.
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I need to talk about it. Over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, all God knows, it should be.
Why am I showing this? Pam Bundy and Cash Patel has went as far to use Michael Jackson and Bill Clinton, something that was an innocent photograph, to manipulate the people. That photograph was Michael Jackson and his children, but Pam Bundy and them with the redacted top photo threw a blanket. I don't know how the blanket got there because look, there's no blanket on Donald Trump, nor Diana Ross and the children. They are trying to manipulate and they want to satisfy MAGA's mind. They released a photo that was false pretense, false in every form. They want to pretend that Michael Jackson is with some victims. I rebuke you. They were not victims. That was Michael Jackson's children. Him and Diana Ross and Bill Clinton. And the other boy is actually Diana Ross' son. Look at the photo. But what does Pam Bundy and Cash Patel have their DOJ people do? Lie. They're willing to do anything. Anything. No transparency. They are breaking the law. Newly released document shows Epstein says he woke up with strangulation marks on his neck when he was in his cell, and didn't know where they come from. He stated he didn't want to be brought back to his cell because he doesn't know how strangulation marks had gotten on his neck while he wasn't conscious, sleeping. This comes after other new documents shows Mark Epstein, his brother, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, sent in a tip to the FBI in 2023 stating that Donald Trump is the one who ordered for Epstein to be unalive. That's what his brother Mark said. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. He sent this to the to the FBI, the Bureau of Prison, rather. Anyway, Epstein truly believed he was going to be unalive, and apparently he is. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Donald Trump was the president when Jeffrey Epstein was unalive. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to show you again, then I'm going to read it to you, okay? So this comes from Essence of Black Culture. It said the Bureau of Prison Psychology Services Clinical Intervention, Clinical Contact. The focus of this session is he was seen by Ryder while he was on psychic observation. Subject objective presentation. The eating shower chat indicated yesterday he ate dinner. This just tell you what the things he ate. Anyway, when the interview, he stated he still cannot remember. This is when he was being interviewed by the psychologist. He said when interviewed, he still could not remember what happened in his SHU that caused the marks on his neck. He stated that for the 5 days before, he had only slept about 30 minutes each night because of noise in the SHU. He stated he is anxious about going back to SHU because he stated he is going back to a place where he had gotten marks on his neck and he doesn't know why it happened. There's more to read, but I'm going to put this on my on my community page, and you can go back and read it later. Okay, I got to remember to do that. Alan, can you remind me to add this to the community page about Epstein, something that came from the psychologist? Okay, we're gonna continue on. Trump, shut your D suckers. You told Pam to open an investigation into Bill Clinton. Bill says, bring it, Mitch. Y'all know I meant to say with the B, but I'm going to say Mitch. Release all the files. Bill, tear him a new rump. Because you know they call Donald Trump rump sometimes. So let's listen to this buffoon. He claimed he liked President Clinton. But you told Pam Bondi to investigate him because of the Epstein files. But because you keep trying to put it on everybody else, the more you're going to be revealed, boy. Because you're not being honest. And God hates a liar. He doesn't hate, he dislikes a liar. This comes from CNN. Hold on. One moment, beautiful kings and queens. Hold on.
He was surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files. And can you commit to their full release by the end of the year? Some of the victims were protesting that too many of them were redacted.
I know there are a lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, but I think it's terrible. Look, I like Bill Clinton. I've always gotten along with Bill Clinton. I've been nice to him. He's been nice to me. We've always gotten along. Respect him. I hate to see photos come out of him, but this is what the Democrats, mostly Democrats, and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for. But no, I don't like the pictures of Bill Clinton being shown. I don't like the pictures of other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing. I think Bill Clinton's a big boy. He can handle it. But you probably have pictures being exposed of other people that innocently met Jeffrey Epstein years ago, many years ago.
You can tell a MAGA anyway. I'm going to read this comment because it caught my God. Please let me find it. Okay, someone says, and I don't know if you're a MAGA or not, but this seems like something that MAGA would say. Tay J says, Democrat cities aren't lowering the gas, though. It could be a Democrat city, a Democrat state, but they don't run the Senate nor the they're not over any houses right now. So they can't lower anything. So stop putting things on Democrats because they're not running Congress. You MAGA Republicans are running Congress. Republicans have the House and everything, even the presidency. So the Democrats can't lower a damn thing. But they will come in November 2026. We're taking over. Yes, the blue wave is here. And it's going to knock your asses down on that wide butt like Donald Trump. Hold on.
This is, hold on, let me go back. Okay, all right. So are you doing it now? Yeah, let me close the TV. Okay, go ahead. I'm literally a hacker, so come down.
This is from the files that's been released. They're going to show you how they got them. Even the redacted parts.
Down. Oh, look at this pesky redaction. Let's just get rid of that.
Donald Trump's cabinet is so incompetent.
That is insane. This is what happens when you fire government employees and you make them leave. You have no one to do your redactions for you. This is crazy.
They're showing the incompetence of Kash Patel and the DOJ Pam Bondi. They got rid of the highly educated people and brought in incompetent people because they're loyalists. And the loyalists are not smart enough. They're not. You can even unredact what they redacted in the Epstein files. It's a joke. The entire Donald Trump regime is a joke. So this is something that Al Gore has said, and I agree with him. Our Constitution written by our fathers is intended to protect us against a threat identical to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a threat to the American people. Al Gore said our Constitution, written by our fathers, intended to protect us against a threat identical to Donald J. Trump. He's a threat to the American people, and he is putting us in danger every day that he's in our Oval Office. Our Oval Office. Black kids can see a demon anywhere. It's embedded in us from our ancestors. And what I'm talking about, hold on, wait a minute. Donald Trump is a demon. I'm going to play that again. Some people have the anointing over their lives where they can see things that some can't see. And this is what they see. Y'all can't make me think that is a good man. Because let me tell you something about kids. They only know how to tell the truth. Their minds are poisoned from adults. They see things that adults don't see. They always say that children can see things that you can't see. And a child will let you know who's evil and who's good. Donald Trump is an evil man. So, to this day, one of Epstein's accounts is still receiving money in the billions are in his account. But how? He's unalive. How?
Captured the public's attention with Epstein initially was the sex and violence, right? True crime, America, but where the actual meat of how we ensure this never happens again and we actually get accountability is the financial crimes that were committed. So I would say starting, anytime from now into the new year, and especially if Democrats get power back again, you will see a lot of these financial ties come out and a lot of these people be held accountable. I don't know that you're going to see a lot of people go to jail for what they did, either because they're dead or they're too old, but you can see things like their nonprofit organizations be discredited, their name be taken off buildings, their invitations to polite society be revoked. And I think that that's just as important too.
As you can recall, I showed y'all, remember I showed y'all a video and the lady was telling how Epstein's accounts were still getting billions of dollars? Yes, Bill Clinton is in the Epstein files, and it's probably going to be many more Democrats in the Epstein files. But the point that is being made, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. But how is Epstein's accounts still getting billions of dollars? Think about that, y'all. Hello, Queen Sanitra. How you doing? Thank you for blessing me, and I love you. How is that? So, Pam, you, Cash Patel, and Donald Janine Trump are cooked, fried, dyed, laid to the side. You do not release anything related to an ongoing investigation. And you're going to hear this about them releasing stuff that has to do with an ongoing investigation. Pam Bondi was told by Donald Trump to investigate Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton can be a freak of leak too. You know about the Monica Lewinsky. He got Monica Lewinsky. But why are Bill Clinton's photos in the Epstein docs? Take a listen.
They showing all of these photos of Bill Clinton. You would think that would be part of the investigation. So that doesn't make any sense. We did learn that there's 1,200 victims, more than we initially thought, from the DOJ. The DOJ also said, and this is most important to me, and I think the survivors, DOJ communications on investigations into Epstein and his associates and details of any immunity deals. And so I'm looking for the FD 302 forms, which are the FBI witness reports that Representative Tom Massey says pertains to 20 men that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked these children to. And from the initial look that I made earlier, I don't see any of the 302 forms. However, we may see them in a later document dump.
I mean, Stacey, just to state the obvious here, it's just definitionally impossible that it's random what we got today, right? If you're putting out 10%, someone's making a decision on what that 10% is.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like Todd Blanche is the propped up announcer of it. But to Barry's point, it's so significant that President Trump directed Pam Bondi to investigate Bill Clinton, directly named him in a social media post along with other Democrats. And then she answered the call and appointed a U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York to investigate.
And others, yeah.
And the policy of the Justice Department is you don't release
anything related to an ongoing investigation, especially photographs about the subject of an ongoing investigation. And obviously, it seems to be a disingenuous subject, being Bill Clinton being ordered to be investigated at this late stage of the game. It certainly did seem targeted at the time and still does. But why would they go against their own policies and then release Bill Clinton's photos? It's kind of makes a farce of this entire situation.
I mean, really, right, if your whole point, if you were going to hide behind an ongoing investigation, the one that you've got going is into Bill Clinton. And yet we got a whole bunch of pictures of him in a pool and jacuzzi and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'll just add one more building block, which is that the legislation, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, actually has an exception.
Y'all know I'm in menopause. I let my people know. I'm hot right now. I've been hot since I've been on this live, so y'all bear with me, okay? Pam Bundy is incompetent. When I started this live tonight, I read to you the duties and the responsibilities of the DOJ and the FBI. Pam Bundy and Kash Patel are two incompetent people. Donald Trump made his goal to get rid of any black person that had those positions, and they replaced them with the mediocre white man. The mediocre white man doesn't know what he's doing. That's why those redactions, you can actually take them and copy paste them and they'll be unredacted. And that is what's happening. Pam Bundy was told by Donald Trump again to investigate Bill Clinton. So Pam Bundy is doing her job. She's not good at it. I told her to save herself. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Anyway, one moment, please. She's only doing what Donald J. Trump told her to do. But because they're not good at their jobs and they are incompetent, that's why Bill Clinton photos is all released. In the hot tub, looking good. Bill was a nice looking man. I don't think he looked bad now. They all released. So what are you investigating, Pam? Your investigation is dead at this point. You released all his photos and evidence that shouldn't have been in the Epstein files. Pam Bundy, you are incompetent, girl. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. So Trump was the president in 2019. Take a listen, okay? Because this is about breaking. Among the files is a letter handwritten by Jeffrey Epstein and mailed from his prison cell that claimed Trump shared his love of young, nubile girls. All prison mail is read by authorities. Who was president in 2019? Donald J. Trump.
30,000 pages of documents from the Epstein files released overnight, including one which was a letter sent by Jeffrey Epstein, apparently in the days before he took his own life, to convicted sex abuser Larry Nassar, who, again, convicted of abusing so many U.S. gymnasts over the years. In that letter, Epstein wrote to Nassar, our president, and he was referring, it seems, to President Donald Trump at the time, our president also shares our love of young, nubile girls.
This is the letter. I'm going to show you this letter again later on. Now Pam Bundy and the Republican Party are saying that the letter is not real. Well, in 2019, the FBI was Donald Trump's FBI, Donald Trump's DOJ. So why would they allow something that's not real to be put in there in 2019 when Donald Trump was who? President. This is getting deeper. And Donnie, you in deep shit right now, boy. Hold on. Pam stayed playing in our faces. Let's take a listen to Harry Sessions. Remember, Harry Sessions is the one that Donald Trump did that AI video, him in a military jet, and he pooped on Harry J. Sessions, this content creator. Well, let's take a listen to what he has to say. He said, Trump's Department of Justice says the Epstein letter is fake. And he says he don't buy it. Nor do I. I don't buy it at all. Pam Bundy, save yourself, girl. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Trump's Department of Justice has now concluded that the bombshell letter Epstein allegedly wrote to Larry Nassar, where he implicates Donald Trump, is fake. But I'm calling BS. Apparently, they concluded this investigation in 2 hours. Their first statement came out 2 hours ago, and now they uploaded this saying the FBI has confirmed this alleged letter from Epstein to Nasser is fake. The fake letter was received by the jail and flagged for the FBI at the time. The FBI made this conclusion based on the following facts. The writing does not appear to match Epstein's, which I personally disagree with. The letter was postmarked 3 days after Epstein's death out of Northern Virginia when he was jailed in New York. The return address did not list the jail where Epstein was held and did not include his inmate number. This fake letter serves as a reminder that just because a document is released by the DOJ does not make the allegations or claims within the document factual. In the video before this one, I talked about how these facts do not debunk the authenticity of the letter, and I think this one's just straight up disputed. But if the letter is fake and the FBI concluded that, why didn't they post the document from 2019 when the letter was discovered of them debunking it? Why are they just putting out a tweet with no source, no evidence, and expecting us to believe it? I know people are debating this letter online. Some are saying it's real, some are saying it's fake. And look, there's no way to know 100%, but I don't buy that. I don't buy that, and I lean toward it being real based on the facts we know.
I lean toward it being real too, because thus far, Pam Bundy has spelled MAGA. Pam Bundy is part of MAGA. Pam Bundy is paid by our taxpayers' dollars to work for us. But she's working for who and covering for who? Donald J. Trump. Donald Janine Trump. Yes, he likes to wear his pink tutu and run all around that ballroom he planned on building. One moment, please.
Massive fucking news that's so horrific I actually almost threw up just now. I have to give you a trigger warning for what I am about to say and share with you. I'm making no jokes in this video, not promoting anything, because this is too serious. It's in regards to our president, once again, allegedly, I'm just going to say the word even though the algorithm doesn't like it, allegedly raping another person. Here is the proof. So in this document released behind me, it talks about how Trump raped her along with Jeffrey Epstein. This person then later, unfortunately, took their own life. But if you read down here, the police department said no way it was the official narrative of this person taking their own life because their head was completely blown off. And that there was just no way that it could be the taking of their own life. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to process this information that I'm giving out to you. I mean, obviously no mainstream media is going to touch on it. They're too terrified too. Like, this is horrific, you know? And it is up for us, the people, we the people, to do something about it. Because we already know damn well our politicians that play political theater will not. It's up to us. I'm Hunter Howell. I'm sending you all of my love. 3 buttons over here means the world. I get back to 100% of the comments, and I'm almost at 200,000 now. So thank you so much. I don't know anyone else at my size that responds to all of the comments, but I sure do. When you repost, it helps as well. And share with 3 of your friends. Stay blessed.
Subscribe to Hunter Howard. I love watching his commentary. I don't look at the new documents as being alleged. In my opinion, I truly believe that this stuff has happened. I truly believe it is factual. The things that have been said about Donald Trump, I don't put anything past a man that has 34 felonies. He actually has more felonies. He's been convicted of these things than any black person I know. And MAGA stays in my chat talking about black people and don't want me talking about what I know about my own race. Donald Trump has more felonies than any black man I know. He has more felonies than any black person I know. So the ghetto lives at Pennsylvania Avenue in our White House. Congress members Thomas Macy and Ro Khanna just announced on live TV that they're bringing inherent content charges against Pam Bundy for breaking the law with unlawful Epstein file redaction. They don't need the Senate for this. They can bring this up on Pam Bundy. inherited contempt charges against Pam Bundy. I honestly believe Pam Bundy knows what she's doing. It's not that she doesn't know she's doing wrong. She's doing the cover up for Donald Trump. That is her master at this moment. That is her boss. So she feels she's doing the right thing. But is she covering up for herself as well? I'm curious about it. Is Pam Bundy involved in some other kind of way? Because she said from her mouth, paper thin lips, her D suckers, that she knew Donald Trump since she was in college. But I still wonder, did she know Donald Trump when she was a teen? Pam Bundy was the attorney general in Florida when Epstein got that sweetheart deal from Acosta. And now she's the attorney general now. She's over the entire DOJ. She's over the FBI and all. Pam Bundy, where exactly do you fit in with this? Because there's more to the story than we know, y'all. It has to be. There's more to the story because Pam Bundy is fighting tooth and nail to keep this covered. So Trump supporters compares flying on the Epstein jet to flying with other adults. Take a listen to United Now. This young man is powerful, and I love listening to his commentary. One moment, please.
Truly incredible to see the excuses that Trump supporters are coming up with right now to dismiss the Epstein files. This has to be the worst one I've seen so far. So she posted this article saying Donald Trump flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane more times than previously has been reported, including one journey with a 20-year-old woman where it was just him, Epstein, and the woman on the plane. And in response to this, Ashley said, I too have flown with other adults. She's trying to compare repeat flights on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet during the time when they were committing crimes to flying commercial on a plane with random adults. Those two things are, of course, not even remotely the same, but these are the links they will go to defend Trump. They are desperately trying to minimize everything that's been released in these new files. This is cult-like behavior. They praise Trump so much that they are unable to think logically. Commercial flights involve hundreds of unrelated people with cameras, staff, and zero privacy. Epstein's jet was the exact opposite. Private, controlled, and repeatedly used in his trafficking operation. Trying to compare those two things is not a good faith argument at all. I'm genuinely convinced there is no limit to how far some people will go to defend Donald Trump.
How far will they go to defend Donald Trump? They will go as far to edit a photo with Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and Bill Clinton in it to make it look like it's victims when it's actually Diana Ross' son and not Donald Trump, Michael Jackson's children. What else would Pam Bundy and Cash Patel do to cover for Donald Trump? Pam Bundy been covering a long time, all the way from her Florida days. Was Michael Jackson involved with Epstein? I don't think he was, but let's take a listen to Maverick.
FBI raided Michael Jackson's house and found zero evidence.
What's their conviction rate?
98%.
They didn't win.
So you think the feds are going to waste their time to go into Michael Jackson's house only to find nothing? They could have planted something. That means you had zero evidence to go off of. If there's something to go off of to like, oh, maybe nothing. So the fact that they went into his house and found nothing, and this picture that with him and Epstein makes even more sense because my theory is now true. I said the second case that Michael Jackson was in.
Damn, you did say that. Go ahead.
Guess what was happening at the same time? Jeffrey Epstein's case.
Thanks.
At the same time, who was a real trafficker. Deflection. So you don't think that meeting has any significance at all?
It absolutely does.
Because it was smoke and mirrors. Nobody knew who Jeffrey Epstein was back then.
People barely knew him 5 years ago.
But the fact that the first time Michael Jackson gets hit with a case, and we find out they're lying and they extorted him, that gets thrown out. And years later, all of a sudden, the case comes back up again. And then Jeffrey Epstein is in court at the same time.
Again.
And now we're showing that he actually knew him?
I can't.
That's an easy layup.
You can't make this shit up.
So,
that makes even more sense.
That makes even
really
more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes even more sense now because it's all smoke and mirrors. Because if the most famous man is in court, are we paying attention to anybody else?
Right. Look over here. Look over here. That's all that is. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. And how hard was it to get around Michael Jackson when you were around Trump already? Trump was hot around the same Same time that Michael was hot.
Yeah.
It's how hard is it to take a picture? Everybody wanted a picture with Mike.
Right.
How many people have pictures with Mike?
And not only
a lot,
but he was also doing a lot of dealing. So he probably got a call like, hey, you need to link up with this Epstein guy. He got a lot of bread.
Okay, I'll meet him.
He might invest in my thing. He's probably just a financier. He's not knowing what he's doing.
That's crazy.
Right? They know he got jets and boats and islands. He's like, oh, okay, let me go see what's up. He might invest in my next album. Who knows?
Exactly.
And here's the thing. Why is Michael dead now? If he's part of all this, you think they're just going to off somebody that's part of the program?
Well, we know why. He owned the Beatles. He owned Sony.
Yeah.
And Tommy Mottola. He told you that Tommy was the devil way back then.
Exactly.
So devil can't have you knowing, who he is, where he is. Y'all, they was mad that he went to Japan he went around Sony here and went and
bought it cash. $85 million cash.
Oh, they were mad at that.
And he was like, you know what? Cool. I'll be right back. Goes over there.
Hold that thought.
There you go. Yeah. Comes back. Wait, hold on. Michael Joseph.
Yeah.
What?
Watch your ass. Walk that ass. Right? Take that.
Like,
no Diddy.
Everybody's fired. Get the fuck out.
Y'all played in Michael Jackson's legacy. His estate needs to sue Pam Bundy, Cash Patel, and Donald Trump. Y'all played in the face of his legacy. But y'all always have flipped it on black people. Blame the black man. I know they said Michael Jackson had all these SA things going on in his life. Of course, you flipped it, Pam, but it's a fail. Your attempt failed. Pam Bundy, you are a failure. You attached your wagon to Donald Trump and you going down, girl, with your bad bleach hair. Terrible bleach job. If Bundy held in inherent contempt, the House could act without Senate approval to enforce subpoenas. Historically, this includes detention or trial-like House proceedings. But applying it to an executive official would likely be challenged in court. I think it'll be challenged in court, but I think it can be done. Tell me in the chat, do y'all think this can be done? I'm going to chat with y'all for a moment, then we're going to move along. Because we got a long show tonight. Because, lately I've been having to cut my show short because I went to eat, not the other night, Saturday night. I'm about to run out of water and I'm hot. King, what's up, King? IW4KX says, man, Queen is beautiful. Thank you, King. I love you. King Bill says, F Donald Trump, and I agree. F Donald Trump. I'm hot, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm burning up. F Donald Trump. And I don't even have the heat on right now. King Joseph, how you doing? You know I love you. And King Joseph said, I'm on your side all the way. I know you are, honey. You one of my favorite. You've been supporting me for a while, and I love you. Reverend Dr. JC, I love you. Did you have a wonderful birthday? Yes, I did. I had an amazing birthday. Yes. God bless me for another year, and He's going to keep me here longer than what Moses lived. What Moses lived 110 years. I asked that my Lord and Savior keep me here longer than that. I used to want to pray to be here 110 years, but I learned more about Moses' reason of his 110 years. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Reverend Doctor said that's a blessing. Amen. Praise God. King Ellen says, Phoenix, I don't know what that's about. Don't be messing with my moderator. Y'all know how I feel about Ellen. King Ellen takes care of me. I'm burning up, y'all. I'm sorry. King Malcolm says, quit the makeup, baby. I got on lipstick and I fill in my eyebrows. I don't even wear fake lashes. I don't have on foundation, powders, nothing. But when I want to get bad on you, I get Instagram bad in the moment, baby. I put on makeup if I want to. If I want to fill in my eyebrows and put on some lipstick, I will. Stop coming on here looking at black women, hating on me, but get with your wife and imagine she me. That's what you white men do. I know you very well. You just mad I won't peg you. Ask your wife too. Why don't you just come out the closet, baby? Damar says, you look great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. King. Panama 2468 says Malcolm failed. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Bear with me, y'all. Jesus help me. Whew. Paul says your weave is too tight. I don't even wear weave, baby. This grow from my head. I done been through so much with my hair while being in menopause. My hair was longer than this, and it's still long. I can cut it in layers, and then next week, if the layers don't grow out. If you want to find something wrong with a black lady, First, you need to start with your white wife and ask her why she's jealous of a black woman. Go and get their lips done by black women. Go get booties done like black women. Start in your household first, boy. Hey Vera, I miss you. Where you been? I miss you so much. I love you, Queen. Y'all, I'm having feel like I'm about to pass out. Luke says, why you yelling? I'm yelling because you deaf and blind. How about that? Take that and put it in your cup. Brianna says post-op or pre-op. I don't know what you're talking about, baby. Oh, I know you're talking about, girl, I'm living it right now. Menopause is whipping me. Oh, it has affected my skin, my hair, everything. Menopause is something else. Okay, who? Paul says, you're the only one that's listening. Baby, I got so many people in my chat right now. They listening, baby. These people come over and listen to me every day. And even you white racist people that don't like me, you're in here every day. And the white men in here because they admire a black woman. And your wife doesn't know how you sneak around on her with black women. But I'm going to tell her when I see her. You better hope I don't get your email through YouTube. How about that? Whew. King Richard says, take no SHIT, dear. You're semi-attracted and you're be jealous, honey. I don't know what you mean, but whatever you say, honey. I don't even feel like arguing with y'all because we got so much to cover on Epstein. Y'all mad because I'm here talking about your savior. Remember, y'all said that Donald Trump is your savior, but you say you're a Christian. Jesus Christ is the only savior. America first. You trans baby. I birthed a beautiful daughter out of this rose, out of this lily, rather. My daughter is 33 years old. She came from my beautiful flower that God blessed me with. That some have to pay and get, and I didn't have to pay for it. God blessed me with it. Take it up with Jesus Christ, not me. ML1KY89TDB says adopted. My baby is not adopted. I'm going to pray for you. The little man that comes in my chat with the little ping, I will pray for you. King Allen says, Michael, you're literally a cult member. Yes, MAGA is a cult. Okay. BB says hating. Oh, okay. Thank you, Queen BB. King BB. I don't know which one. BB Rodriguez says hating ad MO MFers. Leave lady alone. Thank you so much. Thank you, and I love you. I love each and every last one of you, even the MAGAs in here, honey, because I can't get to heaven hating you. I want to, but I can't get to heaven hating you. I want to wring your neck, but I can't get to heaven hating you. So I'm going to be nice instead. I don't think I'm going to abuse you tonight because you like that. You get off on that. What I learned about white men, y'all like to be abused. You do. You come here every night because you want to be pegged. Ask your wife to do it. I don't want to make you bleed tonight. I'm in my menopause state and I can't take the heat right now. So ask your wife when you go to bed to use her dildo on you. I'm not making you bleed. Let's get back to the sermon today because you need to put something in the collection plate. You come here to harass me and you ain't spending no money. You better get out of here. Ooh, y'all, I'm hot. Fix it, Jesus. Okay, one moment, please. All right. Okay. Just a moment, everybody. They want to come in here and steal from the collection plate. The Donald Trump regime is covering for Trump. Kash Patel is covering for Bundy. Hold on.
You tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files. Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No. A, B, C,
Director,
D, F.
it sounds like
Kash Patel covering for Bundy. Also Trump, but Bundy is covering Donald Trump. Who's going to cover your ass, Pam? I've been saying, save yourself. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Documents record a source's claim about compromising videos involving Trump. Take a listen to United Now.
To see this unclassified FBI intake report the DOJ released with the Epstein files. In the report, a source claims there were videos being taken of multiple different prominent figures like Donald Trump and Bill Clinton committing crimes. Trump supporters are also trying to claim this entire thing is AI, but again, I pulled this directly from the DOJ's website, and The file number is in the bottom right corner. But here's some information about the source. He worked with several prominent business figures, such as Leslie Wexner and Jeffrey Epstein, was pardoned by a U.S. president, among several other things. He discovered one of Epstein's victims online and reached out to her. She has been in contact with hundreds of other victims. She is now trying to publish a book. Then it says a redacted name knew about the criminal activity which happened in multiple states, on airplanes, etc. This person claimed there were films of men who were recorded. These men are prominent figures such as Epstein, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and Ghislaine Maxwell. This directly contradicts the narrative they've been feeding us that no records exist tying Donald Trump to Epstein's crimes. We now have proof that these claims were at minimum reported to federal authorities and deemed serious enough to record.
An unclassified FBI intake report records the source's allegations connected to the Epstein investigation. These are claims, not court findings, but they was in the Epstein files.
This is the call log for people who left messages for Jeffrey Epstein. Can anyone tell me why Trump's DOJ would redact this name of the person who left this message for Jeffrey Epstein saying, I have a female for him? What's Trump hiding here?
What's Trump hiding? He's hiding, in my opinion, the truth that he had the sticky fingers for younger girls. I'm not saying women. E. Jean Carroll was a woman that he had the sticky fingers for, and he owes her what, about $83 or $84 million. I don't think she's been paid yet, but if she has, please inform me in the chat. I got hair on my lip. Hold on, somewhere it's coming. He has a sticky fingers. He don't want anything to trace back to him. That's why he has the FBI redacting several things of the Epstein files, but it's not saving him, because the more they cover, the more we discover. Don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Trump and Epstein had reach in Israel and other billionaires who were involved in the essay of young girls. Take a listen from Thomas Massey, and he is telling on everybody, and I'm here for it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
I think he is working so hard not to get them released for so many months. What do you think the real reason is?
These files implicate billionaires and friends of his and political donors that he's trying to protect. And Epstein also had close ties to our own intelligence agencies and Israel's intelligence agencies. That's why there's so much effort in trying to stop this. And I do believe they'll try to stop it somewhere else. And that's going to backfire on them too.
It's going to backfire. The more they try to stop it, the more it's going to come out. They don't even understand, because they have such incompetent people doing the redactions. The more they release, the more Trump is exposed. And that's how it should be. It's supposed to protect him by doing the redactions. But the redactions are hurting you, Trump. And I'm loving it. I can't wait till they pull that little pink toot off you and those little frilly panties that you got on and show us what you're working with. Shake it fast. Bundy.
Today, with this completely unlawful withholding of information from the Justice Department, it is a violation of the law. And I think, frankly, the remedies now have to be stronger than what I earlier proposed. I think we ought to bring Pam Bondi before the Senate Judiciary Committee, demand answers as to why the department has violated the law. It's not just that they had 30 days to go through this to do the production. They've had the whole year to do it. They promised to release the files. They haven't done it. They could have been completely ready for this moment, and they're not, or they're just simply willfully withholding the materials. I think the Judiciary Committee should do its real oversight and bring her in and demand answers. I also think we need an Inspector General's investigation of what they've done and to ride shotgun on this to make sure that they're producing everything they're required to. We should consider other remedies, including litigation if necessary, but there needs to be accountability here.
It needs to be accountability of why Bundy is spelling her own boss, because what she's releasing her, the DOJ, and the FBI is hurting Donald Trump. It's not benefiting him. She needs to be accountable. And she actually is being held in some kind of way, in my opinion, because the more she releases, the more she reveals how incompetent she is. There's a statement from 18 Epstein survivors. It is alarming that the United States Department of Justice, the very agency tasked with upholding the law, has violated the law both by withholding massive quantities of documents and by failing to redact survivors' identity. So there was 18 Epstein, hair in my eye, y'all, I'm sorry. 18 Epstein survivors that made statements. And I'm going to show you this, and I will put this on my community wall because I'm not going to read all of this. It's a lot, but yeah, it's a statement from the survivors. I'm just going to probably read a small portion, but let me see how many of them this. Yes, 18 of them. Jess, Michaels, Rachel, Danielle, Laura. I think it's Marie something. Marla, Annie, Teresa, Anoska, that might be a Russian name, I'm not sure. Liz, Jane Doe, it's some Jane Does. Charlene, Liz Stein, Ashley, Lisa Phillips. Lisa Phillips is the black girl. She looks like she is Hispanic, but I think she's black girl because her hair is a texture of mine. So in my opinion, I think she's black. Mona, I guess it's Mona. Amanda and Sky Roberts. Well, this is the letter from the 18 Epstein survivors that made a statement. This is their letter. I'm going to put it on the community wall for you all, okay? Let's skip to the next thing. This is the letter, the full letter from Epstein, and I'll tell you what it reads. I'm going to show you, then I'm going to read it to you. And this is from Keith Edwards. He's an amazing commentator on YouTube that covers Donald Trump and his cabinet like I do. So Keith Edwards, he wrote out, this in cursive, but he put it in plain so we can read it. Okay. It said, Dear LN, as you know, by now I have taken the short route home. Good luck. We shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies at the hope they reach their full potential. I still wonder, is one of them Pam Bundy? I'm not saying it is, because she's an attorney general under Donald Trump right now. And she's a lady that has reached her potential. But we don't know exactly where she come from, because she says she known Donald Trump since her college days. But was it her teen days? Inquiring minds want to know. But anyway, let me get back to the good foot. Our president shares our love of young, noble girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to snatch. He loved to snatch. That's what Epstein said. Whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system. Life is unfair. Yours, J. Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Hold on. So this appears to be the first time Epstein explicitly confirmed Trump's involvement in the child X abuse in 2010. Epstein cryptically alluded to it in a tape disposition when he was asked if he had ever socialized with Donald Trump in the company of young underage girls. And I remember this. I just showed y'all Saturday the actual video of him talking about this. He said, though I like to answer that question, at least today I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, 14th Amendment. That's what he said. Excuse me, y'all. I'm having a hot flash, nose running and all. I apologize. While investigators have not confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein was the author of the letter which bears his apparent signature, the AP previously reported in 2023 that Epstein had indeed sent a letter to Nazar just before his unaliving. The contents of the letter were not released to AP at the time. Excuse me, y'all. Oh. The letter is part of an 8th batch of Epstein files posted online by the Department of Justice, then removed mysteriously, then reposted overnight. See, Pam Bundy, her DOJ and the FBI, they put stuff out, they remove it. Some of it they put back. They're protecting Donald Trump. They even removed the photos of Donald Trump. Why, Pam Bundy? Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Again, this is a letter, which I read to you what it said. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. So, Speaker Johnson says that the president, Donald Trump, is an FBI informant and is trying to take the stuff down. Speaker Johnson says that the President Trump is an FBI informant. I'm going to let y'all hear this from his mouth to your ears, from his paper-thin lips to your ears. Hold on.
Saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
He and I, meaning he, is Donald Trump, spoke about this just 24 hours ago. He said that Donald Trump is an FBI informant. When I first started this channel talking about Donald Trump, pre him being in the Oval Office, the man in the Oval Office, I showed y'all a video of him in Russia, his connection with Russia, and how the FBI was investigating Donald Trump. Donald Trump has done a lot, and they go way back, even running way back before his father was unalived. I can't say, well, death, if you want to say. Donald Trump has been affiliated with a lot of mob-type people in Russia. Deutsche Bank was included in this mess, and a lot of other banks. He has been pulling stunts because he's a stunt queen for a long time. And I can believe that he was an FBI informant. It has been said from whose mouth? Mike Johnson. We're going to look at it from a different angle and hear Mike Johnson say it again.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who've suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 20.
What's detestable is Donald Trump putting his nasty, small hands on a young girl. What's detestable is that he is an FBI informant, but continue to do bad deeds, but continue to sin. And he says he's a Christian. No, I just showed y'all a video of Donald Trump admitting he is now an Israeli. Remember the video I just showed y'all? I showed you Friday and Saturday. He has MAGA thinking he's a Christian. Donald Trump is not a Christian. And there's living proof of it. When he was sworn in, he wouldn't even put his hand on the Bible, MAGA. Donald Trump is an FBI informant. You want to hear it again, MAGA? I got it, baby. Mama got it for you.
Trump called it a hoax yesterday. What Trump is referring to is the hoax that the Democrats are using to try to attack him. He has never said or suggested or implied. I've talked to him about this many times. He is horrifying the whole thing. It's misrepresented. He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who've suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago. What he's talking about is the Democrats who are doing this with impure motives. If they cared so much about this, why didn't they do something during the 4 years of the Biden administration when the Biden DOJ had all the records? They didn't say a word about it. Now they're doing it.
You want to hear my opinion on this? Because President Joe Biden didn't run on his campaign saying he'll release the Epstein files. Who did that? Donald J. Trump. Donald Janine Trump said that he will release the Epstein files But he only had Pam Bondi to release less than 1% of the Epstein files. Now we're at what, 2% of the Epstein files? He ran his campaign on saying that he would release the Epstein files. But when questioned in an interview on the news, he was like, well, as long as it's not going to hurt people, we don't want innocent people hurt. Donald Trump, you ain't innocent. You ain't never been innocent. You came out of your creature mama's womb not innocent. You're an informant. You're a snitch and try to be a mob boss at the same time. That's little dick energy, Donnie. Let me sip on that for a moment. You marinate on that, MAGA. Yes, Donald Trump has little dick energy.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down.
He was an FBI informant. Everything that this guy is going to say, Cliff, he's a comedian. Everything that he says, I agree with everything he says about the buffoon running this country.
I personally think Donald Trump is trying to cover up more than just sexually assaulting children. That's obviously more than enough to end a presidency and to land his obese, dying ass in a prison where he has always deserved to live. I personally have no doubt that he's harmed children. We know for sure that he's a lifelong sexual predator. But I think that these Epstein files are about more than that. I think he's trying to cover up something far more profound and sinister than even that. I think while Jeffrey Epstein had a global sex trafficking ring for underage girls, I don't think it's a coincidence that Donald Trump used his mommy and daddy's money to start teenage girl pageants and teenage girl modeling agencies. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence that the guy who Jeffrey Epstein called his closest friend owned teenage girl modeling agencies and teenage girl pageants. I don't think they were just buddies. I think they were accomplices. In fact, I'm not so sure that Jeffrey Epstein was the ringleader. And I also think that there's a chance that allegedly that maybe when Mike Johnson says that Donald Trump was an informant, maybe that wasn't a mistake. I mean, it was a mistake in the sense that he wasn't supposed to say it, but I think it's true. And call it a hunch. Call it a really, 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 really strong hunch that I got purely from my intuition and gut instincts that he was an informant because his other option was life in prison. And, let's see how to say this. I think, just totally in my own opinion, as a conspiracy theorist, that maybe, possibly, allegedly, Paul Tatum was murdered in Moscow in 1996, and it maybe had something to do with a hotel deal. Who was trying to do real estate deals and hotel deals in Moscow during that time that might have murdered somebody that might be getting in their way? And maybe that might have led to, I don't know, being a fucking informant.
Being an effing informant. Who is an informant? Is it Donald Trump? Could it be Dunny Boy? Could it be Donald Janine Trump? Don't save her.
That what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this.
Detestable to him. Detestable to the informant, the FBI informant. Okay.
I suffered so much pain. So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
16.
17.
14 years old.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein. There are about 1,000 of us.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows. It's time to shine a light into the darkness.
It's time to shine the light in the darkness. Donald Trump is the dark cloud hanging over America. It's time to shine the light into the darkness. Let's take a listen to Chris Christie, how he tortures Donald Trump. And he deserves it. Anybody that touch young girls, in my opinion, oh, they really deserve it. Some may say he should be thrown in a grave right beside his first wife and covered in dirt. Let's take a listen to Chris Christie, how he tortures Donald Trump.
Even by Trump standards, this was a erratic, chaotic week. Renaming the Kennedy Center, the stuff he did at the White House, the primetime speech. What's going on?
Well, first, it's so good to be here, John. And Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. President. Look, this is a pretty strange week. Just think about it. He sends out that disgraceful post on the murder of Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. Then he puts his name on the building named after an assassinated president. Then he gives a frenetic national TV speech filled with inaccuracies and really sounded like he was yelling at the American people that they don't get how great he's done so far. And then he puts these plaques up underneath the presidential pictures he's put on the colonnade, filled with things that you could tell just from reading them that he wrote them himself.
Read like Truth Social posts.
It did, and even figured out a way to get himself into the Andrew Jackson plaque, but as a martyr.
Right.
Worse than whatever happened to Andrew Jackson. Look, he does all this, John, in a week where 60% of the people in the country say the economy is no better under him than it was under Joe Biden. The war continues to rage on in Ukraine that he said he was going to settle in 24 hours. And Putin continues to manipulate him to deteriorate the 80-year NATO alliance. And twice now, in the past month, you've seen Republicans break from him on Capitol Hill on both the Epstein files and ACA subsidies to sign discharge petitions to repute both the speaker and the president. It's not a strange week, John. It's an awful week. And the president better wake up to the fact that going to Rocky Mount, North Carolina is not going to solve his problems. And that he better start solving the American people's problems, or our party is going to have a big problem.
Well, the Republican Party is already in trouble because the blue wave is taking over. The special elections, the blue wave is taking over. Don't hate, congratulate. And some people are illiterate. Some whites don't believe that Black people deserve certain titles. You dumb buffoon in my chat. There's different kind of doctors. A PhD is not MD. Educate yourself. So you probably from MAGA hillbilly town where you drinking cat piss to get drunk. You don't like me? Leave my chat. Don't hate because God bless me with credentials you may never have, but you can get them too. Go pray. Go in a corner, and take care of yourself. Pull yourself together and come back and sit in my chat. Yes, I am Dr. Lillie Young, PhD. I'm not an MD. I would never claim that because that's not what my doctorate is. God bless you with your little ping. You're not satisfying anybody. But I don't want to chop you up and spit you out tonight. So sit there and behave or go away. Don't ever come back another day. You're not harming me. But I would read you down to your pissy depends like Donald Trump. Shall I resume? One moment, please. Doug Christie is amazing because he really read Donald Trump down. And that's why MAGA in my chat trying to break a black woman. It would never happen. Black women are some of the most strongest people on God's green earth. You could never break me. So you better sit down and obey in my chat. Bow down, bitch. Sit your ass down and obey. I know white men very well. You like to be abused. So accept this little bit of abuse I'm giving you. Obey, bow down, and sit down and behave. I will dismiss you into crimes. One moment, please. Epstein admits Trump abused young girls in newly released letter to his fellow pedo Larry Larson, which we already saw that, so we're going to skip to the loo on that. Okay. This is going to pertain to also the flight log. So it says more Epstein files are released, and some include references to Trump. The Justice Department released another batch of documents from the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, a wide mix of emails, tips, and records from his unaliving. So I'm going to read this to you. And this was from New York Times. This was released today. In 2020, in a 2020 email released on November by the Justice Department, a federal prosecutor informed Lee colleagues that Donald Trump's name appeared on the flight logs from Jeffrey Epstein's private jet, many more times than previously has been reported. The email, written January 2020 by an unidentified federal prosecutor in Manhattan, noted that Mr. Trump was listed as a passenger on Epstein's jet at least 8 times from 1993 to 1996, including a few instances in which other passengers apparently included young women. The prosecutor wrote the message for situational awareness and didn't want any of this to be surprised down the road, according to the email. So I'm gonna this is the actual email from that prosecutor. Then I'm gonna show you the flight log again, okay? This is the actual email for the prosecutor. They wanted us to be aware later on down the line. And we are later on what? Down the line. So I'm going to show you the flight log. It could show you some of the times that Donald Trump was on Epstein's flight log. One moment, beautiful kings and queens. Just a moment, please. So this is some of the flight log. For the MAGA in the back row, I circled Donald Trump's name where it appears on Epstein's flight list. Okay, dumb boys and girls, MAGA, hold on. So this is Donald Trump on the flight log, which is plenty more. He was on there a total of 8, and this is a total of 5. So MAGA, come out wherever you are. I know you're in my chat, and you said the most stupidest things, but it doesn't hurt me at all. And you MAGA women here talking your junk. Honey, if I knew who your white men were, I could tell you a lot about them just looking at them. I know anything there is to know about a white man. He's a mediocre white man, girl. So sit in my chat and behave, because you're not married to Obama. You're not married to Joe Biden or Bill Clinton. You ain't even married to a Donald Trump. And he's the bottom of the barrel, at the bottom of the trash dumpster, girl. But he liked the activities that Donald Trump do and has done. One moment, please. I don't want to hurt your feelings, so obey. Behave in my chat. Don't make Alan have to screw your neck off if I ask him to. That's right, ain't it, King Alan? Okay, one moment, please. Just a moment. Hold on just a little while longer. We're going to be getting out of here soon because we've been here a long time, 109 minutes and a little over. Yeah. One moment, please. Drink plenty of water so you can look young like me, MAGA. I'm 52 with no Botox or fillers, and I look damn good. While you go and get Botox. Water is good for you, baby. Hold on one moment, please. So the DOJ is doing more to protect Trump than the victims. Take a listen, and this comes from Josh the Progressive. The DOJ has stepped outside of their job to cover up Trump's crimes. Is this in your job description, DOJ Pam Bundy, FBI Cash Patel? You work for the American people, not for Donald Trump. Hold on.
Every single day, it is becoming increasingly clear that the U.S. Department of Justice is going to do everything in their power to protect Donald Trump from the Epstein files. They literally just put out a statement saying that the new batch of files has tons of evidence of Donald Trump, but don't worry, you can't use any of it against him because he's not a criminal. But they haven't put out any such statement for anybody else, and they're literally doing absolutely nothing to protect victims. They redact Trump's name more than they do for victims. What an unserious and embarrassing administration we're dealing with. They are a disgrace to the United States of America. Every single day.
They are a disgrace to the United States of America. Donald Trump is a disgrace to the United States of America. Pam Bundy, you have become a disgrace to the United States of America. I told you to save yourself, but you didn't want to. Cash Patel, little brown boy. See, I'm black, but you darker than me. And you're a little brown boy, you're incompetent too. You're incompetent in so many ways. You lack in so many ways, in so many places, even in your body part between your legs. You lack. You dark like a black man. I almost got the dark-skinned man with the goods complexion, but you lack. You're a lackey, Cash Patel. I'm going to read some of y'all comments, and we're going to get out of here because we've been in here a long time, baby. I know you like coming over here to see your queen, but the queen got to eat and go to bed. I'm going to eat me a salad because I got to look good in my dress for the red carpet in January. All right. John Paul Kane says, Trump 28 to keep America great. America is only great because it benefits you, the white man, the mediocre white man. That's why you want him to stay. He's incompetent. He has more than likely, like his mother and father had, frontal dementia. He's a big dummy. Run and tell that. It's moving fast. Rita Padella says, you speak the truth. Thank you, Queen Rita. I love you. Decadent 1984 says, you put more work into your face than you did on this video. Baby, I never had any work done in my life. I was a black woman. I dare you insult me with your bullshit while you get Botox and fillers. Then you go get your lips done like mine when these are my real big old lips. You shut the hell up, you old bitch. Thank you. Patty Kelly says, you are the one on here for support and as bait, and good thing we know your game. You know my game, girl. Inform me my game. Put it in the chat and let everybody know my game, baby. John, he says something about Trump. I read that already. Queen Victoria's one says, disgrace to the United States of America. Yes, he is, Queen. Donald Trump is a disgrace to the United States of America. He's an embarrassment. The entire world is laughing at us. Phoenix Gunn says first term Trump going cause World War III, but no one, hold on, it's moving fast, but no Biden military failure, right and left, Afghanistan, Ukraine, October the 7th, but everything's fine. Victoria's one says no surgery, no fillers, no makeup. I fill in my eyebrows and put on lipstick. I don't even wear lashes. The hate is real on a black woman. Dr. Queen Lillie is a gorgeous black woman. Bitches. Thank you, Queen Victoria's one. Dance Chuck 6530 said you have a lot of fake news. Your mama fake news. Run tell that. And tell her Queen Lillie said it. And I ain't never scared. William PMHM MD says, are you from Louisiana? No, I'm not, baby. I'm not, my love. King William, I'm not. Laura Jones says, hello, beautiful. Hello, Queen Laura, and I love you. K Dog 2008 says they have the last laugh. We do, yeah. Famous 8853 said, I just drank some water. It's good for you, baby. That's what's in my wine glass, in my real crystal wine glass. Water, baby. It's good for you. King Allen, my moderator, says, you hold me to the same standards as the president. Who bothering you, baby? Don't make mama get after him, honey. 116 Racing says, right, cause they're gonna get reported. Yeah, man. You're right. Kiefer says, don't ask me again. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's ASK, not AXE. I love you. Anyway. Famous 8853, he's laughing. Dance Chuck says, you have TDS. No, you got STDs. STDs, yeah, that's what you got. K Fall says, jail him now. Lock him up. Then he said, lock a Hillary Clinton. Lock him up. Yeah, man. Woo. Hercules says, money talks. Money talks, but there can be a time when God will bless the nation and Donald Trump be locked up and they ain't letting him out. No. Reverend Dr. JC, I love you too, baby. I love you too. Jason Gillian 784 said, I'm not reading that, Jason. You need Jesus real bad. I can't scratch him for you, baby. You might want to ask Donald Trump to do it because he did it to Bubba, okay? Metal Militia says, just cause you repeat something doesn't mean it's true. That is right. So that's why I bring other people to come in and speak, and then I show you the facts as well, and I show you documentation, and I read to you the documentation. Okay, God loves you. Run and play in traffic. Be gone. Jack says, with respect. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Tyrannosaurus says, throwing insults to dehumanize the enemy. Well, you come over here and you try to dehumanize me, so I just give you a little taste of your medicine. A good old Southern girl. That's me. Yeah. Don't hate, congratulate. You come for me, I come for your whole family. And King Allen said, these fucktards are seething. I love you, Allen. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, famous 8853 said, I like that. I like you and I love you. We're going to get off here in a minute, y'all. Just a moment. Queen Victoria's one. I agree. Beautiful. I love you. And God loves us all. Even these MAGA nuts in here. Oh, he loves them too, y'all. Thank you so much, Tracy Minaj. Thank you. I love you. Yes, the blue wave is here. I don't know what y'all's going to do, MAGA. What y'all's going to do, because 2026 midterms, and a lot of the MAGA Republicans, they are bailing out. They're leaving in January, dropping like flies. Ooh, I guess I'd drop like a fly too if I had to be around Donald Trump and smell that pissy depends and that poop in his diaper. Ooh, you know flies be all around. You saw that video with those flies all around Donald Trump. Now we know why. Do I need to show y'all the video of that lady doing? I'm not going to do it to you tonight. I can't hold you any longer because I got to eat my salad. Because I got to look good in my red dress on the red carpet. Yes. The doctor got to look good, baby. She already fine, but she want to make sure that eyeglasses, make MAGA mad when they see me in my photos. They always going to talk smack. I love y'all. God loves you. I pray that God continues to enrich your loved ones, your family, and let's do something great for someone that doesn't have much. Give to a child that deserves Christmas. Help the homeless. Do whatever you can to help our community, our nation. I love you and God loves you. Good night, everybody. Bye.